Alright everyone, if you're excited about Aion 2, you're going to want to see this. The developers just dropped a surprise 90-minute livestream to celebrate hitting 100,000 subscribers, and they revealed a ton of new information. They announced a special free reward for everyone. I watched the whole thing, translated the important bits, and I'm going to break down everything you need to know, from the final business model and pricing, the brand new Chanter gameplay, a game-changing gear system, and secret event happening later this month. Let's get into it. So the host started the stream by saying massive thank you to the community. Not only did they hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, but they said their pre-registration numbers have been so much higher than they ever projected. They were genuinely shocked. As a thank you, they announced new rewards for everyone who pre-registers. The silver button pet selection box. The original plan was to let players choose one of the 3 new pets, which also double as a mount. First though, we have the Punji, the classic mushroom monster every Aion 1 player will recognize. Next is the Crestlynch, a familiar looking bird mount that, let's be honest, totally gives off Chocobo vibes. And finally, a brand new one called Cook the Worker. This one is pretty hilarious. It literally carries your character on its back, piggyback style. While they were showing this off, the live chat was going crazy and they were kind of loving this energy. So they actually said, forget the selection box. We give you guys all 3 pets for free. I would say that's a pretty good start for the stream and a huge win for the community. I hope they give us on the Western release these 2. That would be amazing. I'm happy for the Koreans. They're getting some goodies. Next, they jumped into the Q&A session to address the community's biggest concerns. First, they tackled the Taiwan graphic controversy. You might see some of the really blurry, low-quality screenshots from the recent focus group test. The devs clarified that this was caused by something they call digital weathering. The gameplay was streamed from one PC to another PC, then broadcast on YouTube, and then screenshotted, destroying the quality. They assured everyone the graphics we see in the official streams are the real deal. Next, and this is a big one for the MMO players, is PvP forced to get Abus points? Their answer was pretty firm no. They said PvE and PvP are 2 equal pillars, and you won't be forced into content you don't like. They didn't show all the different ways you can earn AP. Besides killing monsters and players in the Abus, you can also earn it from the Shuko Festa, a new system of non-combat minigames, arenas, which are instant 1v1, 4v4, and 8v8 PvP matches, and war supplies, a crafting turn-in system where you fulfill requests for the war efforts to get AP. This means crafters and gatherers have direct path to earning it. I have a feeling this is gonna make a lot of the original PvP players kind of mad, because I've seen people say that only way to gain AP in this game is gonna be through PvP, and clearly it's not true. So then we got the one everyone was waiting for, the business model. They finally revealed the exact pricing and duration for the memberships in Korea. There are 2 tiers. The first is convenience membership for about 19,700 won, which is roughly 15 to 20 US dollars. This is the one they said is pretty much essential for quality of life. The second is content membership, 29,700 won, or about 25 to $30 for hardcore players who want more dungeon entries and things like that. Both of these will last for 28 days, which they explain is to sync up with their weekly Wednesday patches, not to sneak in extra months payment per year. And finally, they confirmed the PC and mobile system requirements. For PC, the recommended specs is going to be RTX 3060 Ti. For mobile, your device must have at least 6 gigs of RAM. They were very clear that the phones with the 4 gigs will not be officially supported at launch due to having some performance issues. Okay, so if you're an Aion player, or pretty much every Korean MMO player, you understand why this point is going to be its whole section in this video, because it is one of the most kind of a pro player systems I have seen in any Korean MMO, really. Like, we all been there. You spend a ton of resources enhancing your gear, only to replace it with few levels later, and all that investment is just gone. Well, in Aion 2, they are completely changing that. When you get a new piece of gear and decide to dismantle your old, upgraded item, you will actually get 100% of the enhancement stones you used back, all of them. And it kind of even gets better for Abus gear that you buy with Abus points. If you extract it, you get 80% of the Abus points you spend back. This is a pretty massive deal. It really means that you're never going to be punished for upgrading your gear. You can always use the best equipment you have right now without worrying that you're wasting materials on something you replace. This completely removes the gear paralysis that so many MMOs have, and honestly, it's a fantastic way to do it, I think. And I kind of understand the fact that you're losing a little bit Abus points if you extract that gear, because like, it is the PvP gear after all. After the Q&A section, we finally got to see some brand new gameplay, starting with the long-awaited Chanter. It's a hybrid melee support class that uses staff, and it looks incredibly fluid. They showed off its combat style, and party-wide mantras, and the skill customization system, where leveling up skills let you add powerful passive effects to it. They also revealed a fun, purely cosmetic system involving pets. If you get pet to max level, you can use the item called Wrappered Candy to temporarily transfer into your pet. It gives no stat bonuses, it's just for the fun. I know a lot of people have been waiting waiting for the Chanter gameplay because it is one of those classes that were like really kind of a unique in the first game. And I know a lot of people really enjoy the class and the kind of a hybrid melee DPS support class. So I'm glad that they finally showcased Chanter for us. Next, they jumped into the new type of PvE content called Transcendence Dungeon. Think of it like a Mythic Plus from World of Warcraft or a Greater Rift from Diablo. It's a dungeon with scaling difficulty where high levels add challenging modifiers to the enemies. The main reward from this content is part of the endgame progression system called the Arcana system. Here you collect Arcana pages that grant +1 level to your skills, which you then slot into a book to activate them, and you get the bonuses. It looks like a pretty deep system for really fine-tuning your build at max level, and sounds a little bit like an ARPG system to me, honestly. And then for more casual players, they showcased the Shugo Festa, which is going to be a collection of scheduled minigames. We saw a platforming challenge and a tile memory game. It's a fun, no-stress way to earn AP, cosmetic wings, pets, and those transformation candies. These kind of casual, fun minigames are actually really important in my opinion, and I think a lot of the kind of modern MMOs that have come out, they really lack in these more casual, fun game modes. It's all just so hardcore, like progression, and that's one reason why people just keep burning out. There's just no downtime, which really sucks, but this sounds really cool though. I like that. And then finally, they gave us some concrete dates and details for the pre-launch event. The character pre-creation will begin on Thursday, October 16th, so get your character names ready because they will be unique for each server if you plan on playing in Korea. They also revealed the server matchups for Season 1. There will be a 10 Helios and 10 Asmodean servers at launch, and they've been paired up on the lore connections between their patron gods like Seal versus Israfel. In the future, these matchups will be adjusted based on the server population to keep the RBR competition balanced. And for the kind of final bit of hype, the devs dropped a major teaser. They said there will be an opportunity for players to get their hands on the game sometime in late October before the G-Star convention. They were very clear that it's not going to be a beta test, but they couldn't really say anything more about it. So I guess we have to wait and see for the official announcement on that one. So yeah, that was a pretty good surprise stream, I would say. It gave us a lot of information about the game again, and I would say most of it were quite positive so far. It was a pretty nice gesture from them to give all 3 pets for free instead of giving them choice box. Obviously, the whole gear extraction system is incredibly player friendly and something kind of unexpected in a Korean MMORPG. And the third would be that we finally got the Chanter gameplay, which looks awesome. Obviously, there's still some big questions about the business model, but I think that's one thing they're never gonna be able to convince me on the live stream. I have to actually see it with my 2 own eyes, how the business model works. So I'm gonna be waiting for release and then kind of make my judgment on that. But overall, it was a really positive, transparent broadcast from the dev team, and I quite enjoyed it. But now I want to hear from you. Out of everything they kind of revealed today, what are you most excited about? And what do you think about the business model or the extraction system or the Chanter gameplay? I'm actually really curious to hear from people who played Chanter in Aion 1. Does it even look remotely close? Let me know down in the comments below. If you find these kind of videos helpful, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you want more Aion 2 content. It really helps me out. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.